This is very important topic from the point of view of today's scenario. It is the person's capability or ability to understand the emotions, your own emotions, the emotions of the other person, and to act accordingly, to act appropriately using those emotions. Means you should have the balance on your emotion, you should have the control on your emotions. How intelligently you are analyzing a situation, how intelligently you are reacting towards a situation is emotional intelligence. And because we all are facing too much stress in our life, so it is very important for all of us to behave, to act emotionally intelligently, right? So we can say emotional intelligence never stops growing, because sometimes we are having in good times, good situations, sometimes we are having bad situations. So every time we need to have this strong control on the emotions, because if, for example, if we are angry, it is also a kind of weak emotion. If we are having the fear in ourselves, then it is also a kind of negative emotion. If we are very conscious in nature, that it is also a kind of negative emotion. Like, there are number of emotions in a person, so that if a person is not having this strong control on that emotions, he or she will not be able to manage the personal and professional life, and he or she will not be able to make a balance between them, right? So that is why emotional intelligence is very important. Now, parameters of emotional intelligence. There are a number of parameters of emotional intelligence: self awareness, managing emotions, motivation, empathy, and handling relationship. Self awareness. First, you should have the awareness of yourself. What are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, so that you can strengthen your strengths and you are overcoming, or you are improving your weaknesses. You should have the deeper understanding of yourself, then only you can control on your emotions. If you know that you are very angry, so you can control on that emotion. If you know that you are having the fear of this, fear of that, then only you can control or you can improve that emotions. If you are not having the understanding of yourself, you cannot control, you cannot overcome, you cannot work on your emotional intelligence, right? Then managing emotions. Obviously, if you are having the knowledge of your emotions, in which emotion you are weak, in which emotion you are strong, then only you can manage that, right? Then motivation. If you are having motivation from your inner side, right, to behave in a particular manner, to adjust in a new surrounding, to adjust in a new environment, so then only you can work on your emotional intelligence. I have to adjust in a particular environment. This should come from your inner self, and then only you can work on your emotional intelligence. Empathy. Empathy, again, I am explaining. Empathy means putting yourself into the other's shoes, putting yourself into the other situation. Then only you can act intelligently, then only you can take the decisions intelligently. Then handling relationship handling is very important, because we all are a part of society. We cannot escape from the society. Our family, our friends, our peers, our colleagues, our neighborhood. So all these aspects comprised society. So we should always having the strong control on the emotions, so that we can manage or we can handle the relationships. If you are having good friendship, if you are having good friends, so you need to be balanced in your friendship, right? If you are a part of society, you need to behave, you need to show such kind of behavior that is acceptable by the society. So this is handling relationships. Now, how to develop a higher sense of emotional intelligence? There are some parameters. Due to that, we can develop a higher sense of emotional intelligence by being emotionally literate. Means we should know the emotion, we should have the clear understanding of our emotions, right? We should understand about our feelings, we should give the value, we should give the weightage to our feelings rather than the people, what people are saying. Do not focus on them. What you want to do in your life, this is matter, this matters, this really matters, right? So do not focus about what people are saying about you. If people are criticizing about you, let them do. If people are saying rubbish about you, let them do. You just focus on yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, then only you will be emotionally intelligent, right? Then you should have the understanding to distinguish between the thoughts and the feelings, right? Means a balance between your heart and your mind. Your mind is saying something, your heart is saying something. You should have a clear understanding to make a balance between these two, right? Then only you can say that you are emotionally intelligent, because in some situations you have to listen to your heart, but in some situations you should listen to your mind. So you should have the clear understanding where you should listen to your mind and where you should listen to your heart. You should take more responsibility for your feelings. Means you should give a deeper value, you should give a deeper weightage to the feelings, because your feelings matters a lot. For living a healthy life, your feelings matters a lot. People are not bothering about you, you should bother about your life. You should responsible for your better life. So always focus on your feelings. Always do whatever you want to do in your life. Always do whatever your heart is saying, this is right. Do not focus on the things that your heart is not allowing, right? Then use the feelings to achieve the set goals or take the decisions. Just be strong. Whatever goals you have set in your life, whatever targets you have set in your life, so be stick on that, be focused on that, and you should always make 100% efforts to achieve your goals, achieve your targets, and you should always take the decisions that is focusing to your goals. Always you should feel energized, not the angry. Okay, if anger is a weak emotion, the decisions that are taken in the anger, the decisions that are taken in the weak emotions are always wrong, are always unhealthy for your health, for your career, for your growth. Okay, so always feel energized, always be happy, always feel light whenever you are planning something, whenever you are doing something, whenever you are setting the goals for yourself. Always feel that the life has given you this wonderful opportunity, so you need to develop new habits, you need to develop new skills, new knowledge, so that you can cope up with the competitive world, you can cope up with the changing scenario, right? Then do not advise, command, control, criticize, judge or lecture to others. There is no need to give the lectures to others. The people are mature enough. They know what is right, what is wrong for them. Okay? Do not criticize the people, because you do not know what is the background of that person. If a person is weak, if a person is very shy, you do not know what he or she has faced in the life. So do not criticize anyone due to any lacuna, due to any discrepancy of that person, right? Do not judge any person, because you cannot judge the person by seeing once, you cannot judge the person by interacting once, right? So do not judge the person. Do not command or advise any person. Maybe that person is having more experience, that maybe that person is having more knowledge than you. So Just focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on your upgrading the knowledge, focus on improving the personality of yours. Okay? Then avoid people who invalidate you. Just do not focus on those kind of people who are criticizing you, who are underrating you, who are underestimating you. Just always be in the circle of those kind of people who are healthy personality, who are always happy, who are always cheerful in life, who always appreciate you. So in that circle you always live your life. You will be surrounded, right? So all these things are helpful to develop a higher sense of emotional intelligence. Now, competencies of emotional intelligence. These are some competencies. Self-awareness, right? Awareness about self, the ability to understand and apply the personal emotions. Self-awareness, if you will have the self-awareness, you will regard yourself. You will respect yourself, right? Assertiveness, we can say firmness, determination. Okay? If you know that these are your strengths and these are your weaknesses, then you can work upon that. Okay, so you should be firm in your decisions. You should be very determined towards your goals, towards your achievements in the life. Or we can say this is possible only when you will have this self-awareness, when you will having the knowledge of yourself, when you will having the understanding about yourself, right? Then emotional self-awareness. This is also a competency. If you are having the self-awareness and if you know that in which emotion you are weaker, in which emotion you are stronger, then you can apply, you can validate that specific emotion to a particular situation and you can interpret the specific situation. Then independence is also a kind of competency. Okay, so independence means the freedom to take the decisions, freedom to take the steps or actions that is favorable for you or favorable for your goals, for your career. So if you are emotionally intelligent, if you are having the strong control of your senses, if you are having the strong control on your emotions, then only you can take your decisions independently. Then only you can respond independently, you can react independently, and you can survive independently. Otherwise, you will always be dependent on others if you will not be emotionally stable. Right? A person who is weaker in emotions are always dependent upon the others because he or she is always having the suggestions. What I have to do, what I have to do, what I have to do. So if you are having emotionally stableness, then you need not to ask from anyone that what you have to do. You should be having the clear understanding of what you want to do. Then self-actualization. The actualization of self. What do you want in your life? What is your self-awareness? Apart from your self-awareness, what do you want to what do you want in your life? This is self-actualization. You need to actualize yourself. You need to realize yourself where you are lacking and where you can improve. This is self-actualization. Second competency is self-management. Apart from the self-awareness, self-management is also very important. If you want to become an emotionally stable person, you have to be managed your life. You have to be managed your daily routine. Okay? So self-management skills, if you are having good management skills, we can say you are emotionally intelligent person. You should have the capability, you should have the ability to manage the stress. How to overcome with this stress? You should always develop such kind of strategies, such kind of plans that can reduce your stress. For that, we can say we can attend meditation, yoga sessions, we can read motivational novels, motivational books, we can attend motivation seminars, workshops, training programs, so that the stress can be managed. Or we can attend such kind of programs that can help us to make emotionally sound person, right? Then maintain transparency. If you will have the transparency in your life, if you are having this capability of admitting that you have done wrong, you have done right, means transparency in the work, transparency in the routine. Okay, so we can say you are emotionally stable person. Then stress tolerance capability you should have. Then impulse control, means if you are emotionally intelligent, so you will not show the impulse reaction. Means somebody has given the comment on you, and immediately you have respond, immediately you have shown the impulse behavior. No, just be silent, be rational always, and think once, twice, and then answer the question, and then answer your criticization, answer your comments. Okay, so this is self management. If we are able to manage stress, if we are if we are able to manage the transparency, if we are able to tolerate the stress level at the maximum, at the highest, if learned how to control the anger, how to control the emotion, how to control the impulse behavior of ourselves, then definitely we'll develop the competency of emotional intelligence. Third is social awareness. We should always have the understanding how we have to react with the society, how we have to respond in the society. Because if we are showing such kind of behavior that is not favorable for society, that is not acceptable by society, society will not accept you. Society will throw out you out of the circle, out of the surround. Right? Means if you are abusing in society, if you are abusing or if you are talking rubbish to your neighborhood, so the people will not tolerate you, the people will not accept you, not accept your characteristics. So we should be aware what the society is wanting from us, so that we can give what society is wanting from us. So we have to understand what are the social roles of ours, so that we can perform those roles and responsibilities in a proper manner, in an effective manner. Okay, so first is empathy. We should understand the emotions of others also. We should understand in which situation a person is. We should understand from which background the person is coming. Then only we can think empathetically, we can listen the problem of other person, and we can take the decisions, we can take the actions to solve those problems. Okay, then social responsibility. We should be very well aware about the social responsibilities. If we are living in this society, we are a part of society, so we cannot show such kind of behavior that is not acceptable by society. Always we should reflect our behavior, we should reflect friendly kind of behavior, we can reflect cooperative kind of behavior with the society. Right? Organizational awareness. Because organization is a part of society. Okay, so because in organization we are dealing with the people, so if we are technically sound but we are not behaviorally sound, so we need to work upon that. Okay, if we come in stress quickly, if we come in anger quickly, if we become conscious quickly, if we become hopeless quickly, so we should be having control on these emotions. So we should have the understanding, awareness, what is the culture of the organization, what is the environment of the organization, so that accordingly we can be emotionally stable and we can adjust with the organization. We can adjust with the environment of the organization. Now next is social management. Social management, it is the interpersonal relationships, the ability to establish and maintain mutually beneficial relationship, right? Social management is also very important because we cannot escape from the society. We are a part of society. We have to live in the society. We are always surrounded by society. Our family, friends, peers, colleagues, school, teachers, neighbor, all are a part of society. So we cannot escape from them. Okay? So we need to understand, we need to adapt them. We need to develop the skills so that we can adapt the changes easily. We can adapt new culture easily. We can adapt new patterns or new behaviors or new technology easily. Okay? Flexibility. We should always be flexible in nature. We should not be resist in nature. We should not be resist towards any kind of change. We should be flexible as the according to the need of time. Okay? Then problem solving. We should always having problem solving skills. We should always having problem solving attitude, because we have to building the relationship. We have to build we have to handle the relationships, and in relationships, if we are not having the good problem solving skills, good interpersonal skills, then sorry, we are failed to manage the relationship. We are failed to adjust in the society, right? So we can say this is the chart, or this is the structure of emotional competence. First two quadrants are showing personal competence. Second two quadrants are showing social competence. So in first, there is self-awareness, means emotional self-awareness, accurate self-awareness, self-confidence. So if we are having the awareness of self, then only we should be emotionally stable, then only we should be having strong control on our emotions, then only we should be having confidence in ourselves. Okay? And self-management means emotional self-control. We should be having the emotional control on ourselves. We should be having the transparency in the things, in the situations, in dealing with the people, in dealing with the situations. We should be always having adaptability towards new changes, towards new environment, towards new process, towards new procedures, right? Then we should be always achievement oriented, means we should develop such kind of attitude that we should have to achieve something. Whatever goals we have set in our life, whatever motives we are having in our lives, we should develop these skills to achieve that. We should be focused to achieve those goals in our life. Okay? Initiation is also the self-management. If we are managing ourselves, means if we are managing the discipline in our life, if we are managing the initiativeness in our life, we can say we are managing the self. Initiativeness means the capability to initiate the things, to lead the things. Okay? Then optimism. We can only manage ourselves, we can only manage our life, we can only make balance between our personal and professional life only when we will be optimistic in nature, when we will be positive kind of personality, positive kind of perception towards the things, right? Then in second quadrant, social awareness. Social awareness shows empathy, empathetic listening, empathetic learning, organizational awareness, service orientation. We should always focus giving on the good services to the client, good services to the customers, good services to the people, so that people can rely on us, people can have trust, people can build trust on us. Next, relationship management or building. Developing others, change catalyst, inspirational leadership, influence, conflict management, teamwork and collaboration. In relationship management, a person should have the capability to work in a team, to work with collaborativeness. Rapport building should be the agenda of that person, right? Or we can say you should develop such kind of skills that can influence the people. Whatever you are saying, people can follow you. Whatever you are yourself, the people can follow you. People can follow your qualities. People can copy your qualities. People can impress with you, with your personality. Such kind of impression you can have with your emotional intelligence nature. Okay, so this is the structure of emotional competence. If we are having the self awareness, if we are having the self management, if we are having the social awareness, if we are having the relationship management, means if we are developing the personal and social competence as well, we can say that we will be converting into a emotionally intelligent personality. Then these are some characteristics or qualities of an emotionally intelligent person or people. They embrace change, means they love to change. They do not stick to a particular situation, to a particular procedure or method. They always love to change the things. They always love to have challenges in their life. They always love adventurous life. They do not see the life as a burden, right? They always cherish the golden moments of the change. Then they are having the strong sense of self-awareness. They are having the clear understanding of self. What are the qualities, what are the lacunas, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, where they have to improve. All these things are having very clear in their mind. Then emotionally intelligent people are empathetic in nature. They always consider the situation in a very rational manner. They do not take quick decisions. They think the situation once, twice, thrice. They take the effective decisions by rational understanding, by critical thinking. Okay? Then they are listening to the people. They always listen the people problem, and they are always putting the efforts to find out the best possible solutions for those problems. This is empathetic listening or empathetic problem solving. Then they always pursue progress, not the perfection. They focus on the perception, but they not focus too much on the perfection. They always focus on the progress. They always focus on doing the things. They always focus on the doing the efforts for any situation, for any person, for their own goals and objectives. They live balanced life, right? Means if they are facing some problem, they do not become emotionally weak easily. And if they are having very good timings, very favorable timings, then also they do not always overexcited. So they always have the balanced life. They always live the balanced life. Next, they are always curious and eager to learn new things, learn new knowledge, learn new patterns, learn new process. That is important for their professional growth. That is important for their personal growth. They are always curious and they always discover new things. They are always creative in nature. Then they are very grateful for what they have. Such kind of people are always thankful to God for whatever they are having in their life. They do not expect too much, but they are always satisfied what they are having in their life. Okay? Then they express themselves assertively. They are having very bold kind of nature, very firmly, very boldly, very openly they express themselves. They are open to others. They are always open to sharing the thoughts. They are always open to sharing the views. They are always open to share the problems, and they are always open to make the friends, right? Then they are always receptive to feedback. They do not hesitate. They do not have the fear what the people are saying, what feedback the people are giving. They always accept the feedback given by the people, so that if there is a negative feedback, then they can improve on that. and if there is a good feedback, then they can convert into the strength. So all these are the characteristic of an emotionally intelligent person.